Oh, the question was, tell us about that experience of playing Billy Joel, getting rave reviews, doing Miami 2017, I believe you did, which is amazing.
So I did Go to Extremes and then Miami 2017. I did kind of an acoustic solo version of Go to Extremes, which Phil, to call back to what you were saying, his songs are so bulletproof that you can take them apart.
Yes.
And when you take them apart, I think they could hang being heavy metal songs, folk songs.
Acoustic.
They're just
structurally sound
and melodically next level. So I did Go to Extremes, and then I did Miami 2017 with his band. So I got to
that blew me away. That song still blows me away, especially now because I love it. It's always been one of my favorites along with Summer Highland Falls.
He used to open
Summer Highland Falls.
Right? Those are two of my
opened his concerts with Miami 2017.
But it just hit me. 2017 used to be something I would think
it's 8 years ago.
Science fiction
9 years
for
ago.
Our future.
I felt the same way about Escape from New York when they said like the prison and 20 whatever, and we passed that in the movie.
What about 1999?
We've gone past all the crazy. So playing that show, just to answer, it's like I tried not to think about the fact that he was there. I kind of just tried to. I'm such a nerd for music that I just literally reveled in the ability to inhabit such great songs. Yeah. So to be able to be on stage and also then to be able to have the band kick in was like super. It was just crazy. All of a sudden, you had Mark playing saxophone.
Yeah,
you should explain to people who don't know. This was Billy's band.
Billy's band backed almost everyone at the Carnegie shows, and it's a different band than what the band was back. There was turnover and churn in that band, but it's still the band that plays with him. Yeah. And so when the kick in for they drove us underground in Miami 2017 happens, and I'm standing on stage playing this song that I think is magical, and then the band kicks in and the horns kick in and there's a French horn, and it was just one of the most perfect. Those are the moments where you think my job is the best job ever.
Also, a stone's throw from Broadway itself where the lights would have gone out.
Everything about it. I've never seen, the only thing I'd seen and this is tying back to the Springsteen thing. I've seen Springsteen a ton. One time I saw him from side stage at Giant Stadium, and I remember looking out and seeing two men that looked like they hadn't experienced an emotion in their entire lives, right?
Yes.
Like two men that looked like their jobs were to drive nails with their fists.
Yeah, sure.
And they look like if you said to them, this makes me upset, they'd be like, what are you talking about?
Walk it off.
Walk it off. They were holding each other during Badlands. Yes. I remember watching Springsteen this way and then turning and looking at the entirety of the stadium. Yeah. And in the front, like 4 rows, these two guys are holding each other, singing every lyric of Badlands, just crying.
Like it's their theme song. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was a similar moment when in the room in Carnegie Hall to sing to people in New York. Yes. And you sing the verse about, before we all lived here in Florida, before the mafia took over Mexico. They sang that like it was a national fucking anthem. And it was the coolest thing that I've ever been a part of, where it was the closest thing I've ever, and I've sung the national anthem, which is another amazing song, but to sing like this song that is the soundtrack to these humans. And then it was incredible.
David and I have a theory that music from the 70s wins.
So I like that theory. I disagree with it, but I like it very much. I think
because you're a little younger, so you probably, for you, and I know as a guy who's done EPs covering before this, U2, Octung Baby, and Def Leppard, what was that called? Pyromatia?
Pyromatia. Yeah. Pyromatia was the record that I did. So it's funny. I think the 70s, I think each decade has a real hot moment where everything just refuses to be bad, where everybody's in a zone, right? Like 1991 is quite a year, and 87 is quite a year. 70, where you go through it and you can't believe how perfect everything is. Yeah. And the 70s had, you get Elton, Joni. You could just rattle it off. It's kind of crazy.
Paul Simon, James Taylor.
Who by the way, you'd get it why people, I think this is the issue we should really focus on is Billy Joel, I think now is getting a moment where people are beginning to And this EP, let everyone who's coming to this moment of Billy Joel buy your new EP and show their love. I think the HBO documentary is also a big part of this, which we should discuss.
Good. It was very
incredible.
But when you mentioned talking about Paul Simon, I have a very famous songwriter told me a story about, and this is why I think Billy doesn't always get the respect. It was a story of being in an event where Paul Simon walked over to Billy Joel and gave him, I think it was his birthday. It might have been Billy Joel's birthday. And he got a thesaurus. Paul Simon handed him a thesaurus saying, you should use more words. You should use different words.
Well, and it's fitting that Paul Simon, who is to Bob Dylan what Billy Joel is to Bruce Springsteen, that Paul Simon would be insecure enough to hand Billy Joel a thesaurus. Because to me, it's like he spent his whole life not being cool either. Right. But Paul Simon is a genius, and he could never be as cool as Bob Dylan because he doesn't play that game. So it makes sense that he would be insecure enough to walk over to Billy Joel and be a dick, because Billy Joel is to Springsteen it's the same idea. Billy Joel just doesn't play that game. The game he plays is music. The game Paul Simon plays is music. And like the game Dylan plays and the game Springsteen plays is music, but with the idea of an image that then has to be.
They're both poets in a certain way.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's a poet, but they're all poets, but they're more.
We go to them for different things. Why should we choose? We don't have to have.
We don't care.
No, I can't. We can't choose. They're all. Yeah, right.
They're all phenomenal.
Yep.
It's like what city has the best pizza? Why do I have to? If I'm in Chicago, I'm eating that.
Well, but what's
great.
What's interesting to me is that like my favorite Dylan album is Street Legal, 1978, 79, which is like.
Which you said in your What's in My Bag Amoeba video, and I was freaking out. That's my favorite.
Well, but it's not an album of poetry. It's an album where he is singing full throated with background singers and horns. And it's like.
Being Elvis and Neil Diamond.
Exactly. Yes. And being a musician more than Bob Dylan, the thing. And so I agree with you. Like I love the music, like when it comes to the music. But to Phil's point, I'm going to say that that's the beauty with music. We all get to be polygamous when it comes to music.
That's right.
You don't have to
be
married.
Life.
And in life. Oh, sorry. And in Utah. No, but you get to be that when it comes to food and restaurants and music. You don't have to be married to one guy or you don't have to be a Bruce guy. You can be an everybody guy and go to them for different reasons.
Yep.
Yeah, and the idea, that's exactly right. And we break everybody into factions, and it was kind of fun back in the day to break into factions about like my brother loved Van Halen, I love Def Leppard or whatever. But in 2026, it's really boring.
Well, also, we see the pitfalls of tribalism, don't we?
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with it, guys. We'll be right back.